Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It is December the 1st, 2024, and it is time once again for Stamp of the Month. And because all around me, people are starting to decorate, they're putting up Christmas trees, they're putting lights on the outside of their houses, they might have blow-up Santas or nativity sets. Around here in the house, I've got the Christmas lights outside, all done. We have a topiary tree up, and that's about it so far. We will get to doing more things for sure, and getting our Christmas tree and all the rest. Well, I thought, for me, one of the things we probably should talk about is Christmas, and it is a super popular topic to collect when it comes to stamp collecting. So we should talk about Christmas stamps and how many countries participate? Who put out the first stamp? Is there a valuable Christmas stamp out there? And is there an organization maybe that devotes everything to Christmas philately? Those answers are all going to get answered very quickly. Also, in this video, we have the giveaway. I will show you what's in this month's giveaway. Talk about our partnership with Liverpool Stamps, and mention an honorable mention to my friends who help participate in this monthly endeavor by supplying me with stamps that I can use for my giveaway. Now, that being said, if this is the first time you found my channel, make sure you like, you subscribe, you leave positive comments, you share with other people, and you put the notification bell on so you don't miss out on anything. And I'm going to give you a word in this video to put in the comments. If you do, then you're going to be entered to win the giveaway, which will be at the middle of the month. It's just that simple. All you have to do is put in the word that I give you in the comments of this video and this video alone, and you'll be entered to win this massive giveaway that we do every month. All right, let's get started. And we might as well start at the beginning. Who? Which country? How did it begin? Who put out the first Christmas stamp? It is very debatable, but being Canadian, I think the debate is clear that Canada was the very first country to put out a Christmas stamp. It might have been inadvertently that they put this stamp out, but in 1898, they created this beautiful stamp. It uses 3 colors, so it was the first time that Canada put out a stamp that had more than 2 colors on it. So that was a milestone for Canada. And it shows a map of the British Empire. This stamp was put out to mark the inauguration, triple over my own words here, of the imperial penny postage rate. Now, the Postmaster General, William Mullock, he had the honor of going to Queen Victoria to present his idea for this stamp, and he originally said, you know what, I think this stamp should probably come out on November the 9th, and we will do it in celebration of the Prince, meaning the Prince of Wales. Queen Victoria kind of said, what prince? In a displeasing manner. The reason she did this, because her son, her eldest son, the Prince of Wales, was a bit of a playboy, a bit of a show-off, a loose cannon, if you will, and she kind of blamed that stress that's caused on her family for the death of her husband, Prince Albert, and so it was kind of iffy on her oldest son. So Mullock, being a quick thinker, he changed tactics real quick and said, for the Prince of Peace. So we're going to make this a Christmas stamp. It will come out in December. It's available to the public on the 25th of December, even though it was released as an issue on the 8th of December. So they put on the bottom of the stamp, Xmas, 1898. So it has a Christmas theme. Even though it wasn't originally intended to be a Christmas stamp, this is the first stamp that has anything to do with Christmas on it. So if we say, okay, well, maybe that wasn't an official Christmas stamp, what was the next country to put one out? Well, technically it was Great Britain. In 1935, Britain had troops in Egypt, and in December they gave them this particular stamp that the troops could use to write home and use these stamps or seals. That was the debate. Is this really a stamp? It was only intended to use for the British troops, and it was kind of a prepaid postage, if you will. So the Stanley Gibbons catalog, if you have early catalogs, they didn't recognize it as a stamp until They called it a Christmas seal until about the 1960s, and then they added it into the catalog under the prepaid postage. So that's where you can find that one. The next country that put out a Christmas stamp was in 1937. It was Austria. They put out greeting stamps. So they have these two stamps. There's nothing Christmassy about these stamps. They actually have signs of the zodiac, so it makes you think more of birthdays than it does about Christmas. And so they were something you could buy. So technically, I don't know if even this is a Christmas stamp. In 1939, Brazil put out this semi-postal that shows the three kings, or the Magi, and the Star of Bethlehem. So definitely a Christmas theme on it. And it was a semi-postal. In 1943, Hungary put out a stamp, another semi-postal, but it has a nativity stamp, scene on it. The very first stamp with a nativity scene, and so you can see is very much a Christmas themed. And then we've got a few countries that followed shortly thereafter. 1951, there was Cuba. 1954, Haiti. 1954 as well, Luxembourg. In 1955, Spain all put out a Christmas stamp. It wasn't until 1957 that Australia put out this stamp, and they continued to put out a Christmas stamp every year after. So they are the longest running country that issues Christmas stamps, so they have that distinction. In 1962, the United States got on the bandwagon after a lot of pressure, and they put out this particular stamp for Christmas. And it is the most produced Christmas stamp. Over 1 billion of these stamps were produced that year. The first batch they put out sold quickly, and so they had to put out more. And so 1 billion of these stamps, it's not rare, it's not going to be worth very much, but it is the first American Christmas stamp. Now, it's been since 1935 that England put anything of note that had Christmas on it. In 1966, they put out their first Christmas stamps with a children's design. They had a contest going on, 5,000 people entered into it, and they issued these two stamps that were designed by children in 1966, and then they started producing Christmas stamps thereafter. So that's kind of the history of Christmas stamps. There are a ton of them out there. There are 160 countries that put out Christmas stamps, so if you're into collecting them, there's a variety. Here in Canada, I can show you. This is this year's nativity stamp. So that's the religious one. Or they put out gingerbread houses. This is issued at Christmas time. The international rate, the U.S. rate, and the domestic rate stamps. So there are people that collect the religious Christmas stamps, and there are people that collect the secular Christmas stamps, or collect both. It is a huge volume of countries that are producing stamps now, so you can collect by one country or you can collect by all of them. You can even, if your pockets are deep and you have lots of money, you can even collect the rare stamps. Such as in 1988, the UK was going through a postage rate change. They produced this Christmas stamp and then realized that they're going to put the rate up from 13p to 14p, and so they got rid of all the 13p ones and put out the 14p, but some of them did make it out into circulation and there are there's known to be about 10 mint of the 13p stamps out there. There might be some used ones floating around, but if you're lucky enough to have a 13p in mint condition, it is quite valuable, like $10,000 valuable or more, depending on who wants to buy it from you, that's for sure. So if you're collecting Christmas stamps and you have deep pockets, you probably want to have the 13p Christmas stamp that came out in 1988 by the UK. But for those of you who don't have as deep a pockets, maybe what you want to do is enter the word holiday in the comments of this so you can win what I'm about to show you. So I want to thank Liverpool Stamps. So you can go to Liverpool Stamps and check out their website. It's www.liverpoolstamps.co.uk. And you can put in this particular code, which is TDGDEC. That Dad Guide December. You're going to get 20% off all your Commonwealth stamps that you buy from them during the month of December of 2024. They'll also throw in a free penny red with each of their orders. Or you can just put in TDG on any of your orders throughout 2024 and you'll get 15% off your whole order. So I want to thank them for that. I want to thank them for what I'm about to show you that they've donated to the group for the giveaway. Also to Stephen of Australia, who has donated stamps once again to be given away. And then some of the stuff that I have been collecting going to stamp shows that I'm going to show you in there. Some of you have had eagle eyes from what I showed you from last month's stamp show and said, I think I know what's coming. And you're right, you were right, it is coming. And I'm going to show you the stamps that I'm adding to, including some very special ones that I got. The last thing I wanted to talk about before I show you that is I want to talk about the Christmas Philatelic Club, which was established in 1969. If you're interested in that group, you can go on. They have a quarterly journal that comes out called the Yule Log. You might be interested in being a part of that. Also, countries that put out Christmas stamps, there are two notable ones, Australia and the Netherlands. Their Christmas stamps, if you mail them before Christmas, you get a discounted rate on the postage. Those stamps are still valid postage for after Christmas, but you have to pay the additional rate or add that in to bring it up to a code. But if you do it before Christmas, you get a discounted rate, which I think is fantastic, that you can mail your Christmas cards and things at a cheaper price. So way to go, Australia and Netherlands, on that. And that is all I wanted to say on this issue. I think it's a great hobby to collect. It crosses over for those people that collect religious stamps, those that collect winter stamps. Sometimes those are part of it. There's lots of different ways to collect Christmas stamps. And you can even collect holiday stamps. That's why I'm putting that as the word rather than Christmas this time around. And because Christmas would have been a too easy one to answer if you didn't watch the video. So the word is holiday. Not because I'm trying to be politically correct. I'm just trying to make it a little bit more difficult and make sure that you watch the video to get the word. I guess you could just read all the comments through and see what word keeps showing up. That's possible too. But holiday is the word this time around. All right. Next thing I want to do is show you all of the stuff we have here that's going to be part of the giveaway. As you know, because there is so much stuff in this giveaway, I do an overview now, and then on the day that I'm going to spin the wheel and pick the winner, I will show you more in depth of what you're going to get. But we have a bunch of first day covers with the Christmas theme. We even have a couple Christmas cards that don't necessarily have a Christmas stamp on it, but they are part of it. Early Canadian Christmas stamps there. Letters with Christmas seals. There are people that collect cancellations that take place on Christmas Day, because there are a number of post offices that are still open on Christmas Day, especially places that have Christmas in the title of their town, or North Pole or Santa Claus or something. They usually have post offices that are open. So that's another way people collect. They collect the cancellations that say December 25th. They collect an envelope that might say Christmas on it. These ones, I really like the stamps on these, the shapes, of course. This one's a really big one. Nice full sheet of stamps on there. Some of the ones that I got when I was at my local stamp show that are all Christmas themed. And those of you that win this, you might collect the envelope, you might collect the stamps, however you decide to keep them in your collection. Maybe this is the start of your collection if you're new to the hobby. This certainly will get you going. These giveaways seem to get bigger and better every month, thanks to those people that are helping me to do that. We even have some full commemorative things that are here too. Nice big sheets of those. We have packets of stamps. I will show you what's in these packets of stamps in the next, or the giveaway one. These ones are the 12 Days of Christmas, some of those stamps. Be seeing stamps that maybe you have in your collection already, or maybe are missing one or two of them, or maybe haven't had any of these in your collection before. There's a large number. These ones here, pull them aside there. Stephen in Australia has put together packets full of Christmas stamps, so those will be revealed in that next video. I haven't opened them up yet. I will. There's some beautiful big stamps in there. And if that wasn't enough, which for most people is enough, I went out and got the first Christmas stamps. So 1898 Christmas stamps. This is number 85 in the Scott catalog for Canada, and 86. So they put out one that had an extra color in the back. And there are a whole bunch of variations of this color. So there are people that collect just this stamp and all the different variations of that color, and maybe the cancellations that go with it. So these are a little bit more valuable, and so I've added those into the collection too. So if you win, you're going to have the very first Christmas stamp. Hands down, in my opinion, 1898 Canada was the first to issue a stamp about Christmas and the Prince of Peace. So all of this stuff, there's a lot, is this month's December giveaway. Really happy to be a part of this, and to be a part of the community that supports me in doing this. As soon as the postal strike is over in Canada, David, who won the November one, you can see it's way back up there, that envelope, that's his winnings. It will go out to him. And then if the strike isn't done by the 15th of this month, when I hope to be doing the draw, then it will go out as soon as the strike is over. So that being said, I hope you guys are getting ready for the holidays, however you decide to celebrate them, if you celebrate them. And I hope you're enjoying what's going on. I am enjoying this community of That Dad Guy so much, and I love the support that you guys give me and the participation that you do in each month of these giveaways. So make sure you put the comment with the word that I gave you earlier in here for your chance to win, and have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?